There's something irresistibly comforting about the combination of crispy fried chicken and fluffy golden waffles. Sweet syrup dripping over savory seasoned meat. It's a pairing that seems unusual at first, yet somehow makes perfect sense when you take that first bite. But have you ever wondered where this strange yet mouth-watering combination actually came from? Was it a Southern invention? A soul food creation? Or maybe a modern brunch trend? The story of chicken and waffles isn't as straightforward as you might think. It's a journey that stretches across centuries, cultures, and even continents before finding its place as one of America's most iconic comfort foods. Let's explore, right here, on History of Simple Things. To understand how chicken and waffles came to be, we have to go back to the 1600s, long before brunch was ever a thing. Waffles themselves have European roots. They originated in medieval Europe, where they were made using grain flour, water, and honey, cooked between two metal plates over an open fire. When Dutch and German immigrants came to America in the 17th and 18th centuries, they brought their waffle-making traditions with them. These early settlers made waffles at community gatherings and church socials, often serving them with molasses or fruit. At the time, waffles were considered a treat, a food for special occasions rather than an everyday breakfast item. Meanwhile, fried chicken had its own journey. The concept of frying chicken in fat wasn't new. Scottish immigrants who came to the American South had a tradition of pan-frying chicken without seasoning, while West African enslaved people had their own versions, seasoned, spiced, and fried in palm oil. Over time, these two cooking traditions blended in the American South, creating the crispy, flavorful fried chicken that we know today. It became a staple dish of soul food, deeply rooted in African American culture and culinary ingenuity. But how did these two completely separate foods, one sweet and European, the other savory and Southern, end up on the same plate? The earliest recorded appearance of chicken and waffles together goes back to the 1600s in Pennsylvania Dutch country. However, this wasn't fried chicken. It was roasted chicken served over waffles with gravy. It was more of a savory, home-style meal, commonly eaten on Sundays. Families would cook a chicken dinner after church and serve it over leftover waffles from breakfast. This Pennsylvania Dutch version is still served today in parts of Lancaster County, and it represents one of the first known connections between chicken and waffles. But the version most people recognize, fried chicken paired with sweet waffles, didn't appear until much later. Fast forward to the 1930s, in the heart of Harlem, New York City. The neighborhood was alive with jazz, culture, and food, and African-American chefs were redefining American cuisine during what became known as the Harlem Renaissance. One of Harlem's most famous establishments at the time was the Wells Supper Club. This late-night hotspot was a favorite among jazz musicians and performers who would finish gigs at 2 or 3 in the morning, too late for dinner, but too early for breakfast. So, what did they crave? Something that combined both. Fried chicken, often left over from the night's dinner service, met freshly made waffles, served with syrup. It was hearty, satisfying, and perfect for musicians winding down after a show. And thus, the modern version of chicken and waffles was born, not in the South, but in the cultural capital of Black America. From Harlem, the dish slowly spread across the country. By the 1940s and 1950s, it became a popular soul food dish in urban centers like Chicago and Los Angeles. But its big mainstream break came in the 1970s, thanks to a restaurant that would become legendary, Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. Founded in 1975 in Los Angeles by Herb Hudson, Roscoe's became a celebrity favorite almost overnight. Hudson, who was originally from Harlem, brought the dish to the West Coast and turned it into a phenomenon. Musicians, actors, and athletes all flocked there, spreading the word and making chicken and waffles a pop culture icon. Even today, Roscoe's remains synonymous with the dish, serving countless fans who want to experience that iconic blend of crispy, sweet, and savory flavors. Since then, chicken and waffles have evolved beyond their roots. Today, you'll find countless variations, some with spicy hot chicken and maple syrup, others with flavored waffles like red velvet or cornbread. Upscale brunch spots serve gourmet versions with truffle honey or buttermilk brine, while street food vendors keep it classic with butter and syrup. The combination has crossed cultural boundaries, appearing on menus around the world. And even though it's been reinvented countless times, the soul of the dish, the contrast between crispy and soft, salty and sweet, remains the same. What makes chicken and waffle so special isn't just the taste, it's the story behind it. It's a dish that tells a story of migration, creativity, and cultural blending. It represents European immigrants bringing waffles, African culinary traditions, transforming fried chicken, and African-American ingenuity, creating something entirely new from both. It's a celebration of how different worlds can collide to create something greater than the sum of its parts. So next time you see chicken and waffles on a menu, or better yet, take that first bite, remember that it's more than just a quirky comfort food. It's a piece of culinary history that's been centuries in the making. From Dutch settlers to Harlem jazz clubs, from Pennsylvania farmhouses to Los Angeles diners, this dish carries the legacy of countless people who shaped it, refined it, and passed it on. It's a symbol of how food connects us across time and culture, reminding us that the best combinations often come from the most unexpected places. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other bingeable channels. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.